But anyway, this is not about the drugs, this is about Greece.
You've expressed before that in order for us to change, we need to make, in order for us to change something, we need to first make it our own.
Yes. Okay.
What do you mean exactly?
Okay, there is a universal law that says if you want to change something, first you need to make it yours. You do not have a right to change something that is not yours. By blaming the banks for our loans, we'll never be able to pay them back, because the problem is someone else's, it's the bank, but it's not, it's yours. By accepting the fact that you went out too far, that you overdid it, the problem becomes yours, and then it's much easier to change. By blaming the government or the company for you being unemployed, you'll have a difficult time finding a job, because you're telling the universe it's someone else's fault that I am unemployed, when it isn't. That's what I mean, like, make it your problem and then you can change it. Because if it's yours, you're allowed to change it. If it is not yours, you simply do not have the right to change it. One thing that I have found from my clients that are unemployed, their soul gets me to get them to ask the question, what is it you want me to learn from all this free time I have right now? And that way your soul slowly will talk to you, will attract the things to you that you could learn while you have all this free time. Mm-hmm. And then you will learn this, and then you will be able to attract the job much, much faster.
You also say that when we get back our power, our vibration is raised, and the things that we really want find us.
Yes. As soon as you hold on to your power, as soon as you take responsibility for everything that has happened into your life, more soul comes into your body. Mm. Our bodies have very little soul in. First, because we don't breathe very well. This is why yoga is a must. Or at least sit at home a few minutes every day and take slow, deep breaths, and more soul will come in. Now, when you take responsibility for everything that has happened in your life, more soul comes into the body. The vibration of your body becomes much higher. Because the first law of the universe is like attracts like, or the law of attraction, when your vibration is much higher, you will attract other things that have a higher vibration. One of them is love. By the way, we need to go back to love. We didn't finish it earlier. One of them is love. It has a high vibration. Another one is money. Money has a very high vibration. If we keep complaining that we don't have enough money, or if we keep blaming other people as the reason we don't have enough money, we will never be able to attract money, because our vibration is too low. So yes, another way to raise your vibration will be to go to the mirror, look into your eyes, and simply say, I love you. And then shut your eyes. No, excuse me. Keep looking into your eyes and notice, how does your body feel in front of the mirror? Do this for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. And then make sure you look into your eyes again, and again you say, I love you. Keep looking into your eyes, and then again notice, how does your body feel? And now one more time, but you have to mean it. Look into the mirror and say, I love you. Keep looking into the mirror. The reason we keep looking into the mirror is because the body needs a few seconds to upload this phrase, because it's never really heard it before. And then again, notice, how does your body feel now that it's heard I love you 3 times? If we can do this once a day, it only takes 30 to 60 seconds. If we could do this once a day, within 30 days, our whole life would have changed completely. 180 degrees. Because our vibration will be so high that we will only attract the things we want into our life. We would never attract what we do not want. Everybody needs to do this, not just the Greeks. Everybody will take back their power from the government this year, the year 2012. We are talking about the Greeks right now, but this doesn't mean that this is just for the Greeks. We're simply trying to understand what Greece is going through right now. What Greece is going through right now has nothing to do with finances, has nothing to do with the economy. This is simply an excuse to get the Greeks asking different questions. Because when everything is okay in our life, we never ask questions. Americans have a saying, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So something needed to break in Greece so that we can fix it. The best thing that I think her name is Angela Merkel is doing, the Premier of Germany, the best thing she is doing is not giving us money to just pay off, because we will continue to do what we used to do, and we're never going to ask the question and take back our power. It is simply time for the Greeks to take back their power, and then for the rest of the world to follow. Again, we need to remind people this does not mean that the Greeks are better because they're going to be first. But you do need someone crazy to lead the way, because where we are going right now, there is no logic in this energy. This is why you need someone crazy like the Greeks, because we're not going into a logical energy. We're going into an emotional energy. The energy of the third dimension was extremely logical, extremely mental. That's why intelligent people were doing very well in this energy. The energy we're going into now is an emotional energy. It's not mental. So people that are very emotional and people that wear their emotions on the sleeve, as we say in some cultures, they are the people that are going to do very well. Not because they're better, it's simply the energy of Earth will suit them better, because it will be an expressive energy, it will be an emotional energy. And Greeks are very emotional, along with other cultures, but as we said, Earth, or the collective consciousness, had to pick a country from what we call the first world, the rich countries, to be the first. It could not pick a poor country simply because the rest of the world doesn't respect poor countries. We respect nations according to what they have accomplished materially. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. We lived in an energy of survival, so of course we would respect those who survived the best. I think you can ask me another question.
Changes are going to happen to our physical bodies and to our psychological bodies and so on. What kind of changes are those?
There are many books that can give us details of these changes. To do a little synopsis here, we're leaving... Oh, I even forgot what it's called. It's scientific. Okay, we're going to a crystalline structure. The fifth dimension, everything in the fifth, I have a hard time saying fifth. Everything in the fifth dimension is going to be transparent. Mm-hmm. Imagine these little plastic bottles that we drink water with, little water bottles. They have a little label on them close to the top. Imagine this water bottle being our body. Right now, we are focusing on the label part of the whole thing. Very soon, we're going to go to the rest of the bottle that is see-through, that is clear. So our bodies are going to be something like that, clear. They will still have the same form that we have now, simply much, much clearer. And we will also be aware of our aura, and we will also be able to see our aura. Both us and other people will be able to see our aura, and everything will be clear in the aura. Our imbalances, what most people call sickness and disease, it's really an imbalance of energy. That's all it is. So we're going to start balancing our aura before the issue reaches our body, before we become sick, what we call sick, because there's no such thing as sickness in the next dimension we're going into. Everybody will be healthy for many reasons. Not only for the reason that we will only be talking about health, as for right now we always talk about the opposite. We always think of health insurance in case I get sick. So of course you're going to get sick because that's all you talk about, that's all you think about. Also, in the next dimension, because we will love ourselves a lot, there will be no need for us to get sick in order to get attention. Most illnesses are really a cry for love. There are a few, a very, very small percentage that is karmic, meaning, let's first explain a little bit about karmic disease. You're on Earth, you're playing a game. It's a vibration. If you died suddenly, the vibration you left with, the vibration you had when you left the game of Earth is the same vibration you will come back into Earth with. So many times you're sick, you die, you left Earth. As you're dying, you're carrying this vibration of desperation, of I'm ill, of pay attention to me. Then you're born again. Something will happen in your life that will remind you of that moment, and you automatically go back to the same illness. This is rare. Excuse me. It's not rare. It's simply a small percentage, very small percentage of illnesses. It's probably less than 1% of illnesses. The rest are psychosomatic. You are sick because you are not focusing on health. Of course, you're going to say, of course I don't want to be sick. But you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say, of course I want to stay healthy. Of course I want to be healthy. But there's another thing. You believe if you're healthy, who's going to give you attention? We have all seen videotapes of children playing with their dolls, and the child is saying to the doll, if we get sick, Mommy will love us more. Because the child has been programmed from a very young age that when you're sick, Mommy comes to you. Mommy stays next to you. Mommy does whatever you want for you. And then you think, even as a woman or a man of 40 and 50 and 60, if I'm sick, I will get attention. People will love me. And in the next dimension, we will start loving ourselves. And because we will start loving ourselves, we will simply not need disease anymore. And that is how it will slowly be eradicated. It's not that we're going to find wonder drugs or something like that.